Black Israelites are Antichrists. I'm sorry to say that. I'm sorry to if you thought they were good people. I'm here to tell you they're Antichrists. And I'm going to show you that they're Antichrists. This ain't going to be a long thing here. It's going to be just enough thing. I'm not a black Israelite. Never have been, but let me tell you, God bless these brothers. God bless these brothers. God used them to let us know who we are. Because these weak back Christians will never tell you who you are. So he had to use the unsaved. He had to use the Gentile to tell you who we are. Let's go to John 2. John 2. No, let's go to Exodus 1, Exodus 1, 6 through 12. Exodus 1, 6 through 12, okay? And Joseph died, and all his brethren, and all that generation. Joseph, the story of Joseph, who God says that only this one child was the one I love the most out of all the brothers of the world, because all the other brothers have left Jesus Christ. That's your white brother who love money. That's your native so-called Indian, but we were really the natives. But anyway, the native Indians who worship earth, wind, and fire. Your Indians across the ocean with the dot in the middle of their head, they worship Hare Krishna. Your Mexicans, they worship Mary. Puerto Ricans, Mary. Your whites, money, power, and position, and themselves. Blacks are the only ones that's carrying God's cross. You say, well, they have problems too, yes. But every time they show us, we're in church saying Jesus Christ. All those other people, they're not saying Jesus Christ. They're just in church. Some of them are in church, but we are shown specifically in church with Jesus Christ. That's why the world wants to get rid of us. The world's not trying to get rid of us because we're black. You falling for that? The world is not trying to get rid of us because we're black. No. The world's trying to get rid of us is because we're the people of God. The last living relatives of Jesus Christ. And Joseph died, number 6, and Joseph died, and the brethren, and all of that generation. So all of Joseph's generation is gone. And the children of Israel were fruitful and increased bountifully and multiplied and waxed exceedingly mightily. And the land was filled with them. There arose a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph. The first king loved Joseph. Joseph was his favorite. He put Joseph in everything, made him up over everything except for what the king does. And that's power. Joseph made Egypt powerful. Not your Egyptians. Although they were a powerful people, Joseph brought all that innovation. Joseph brought all that medicine and building the pyramids. He built the pyramids. He said we have to build something that's going to hold grain for the whole world for 7 years. Joseph people built the pyramids, and he used giants to do it. They have to wipe all that out because that would say Jesus Christ is right. So we have to show you that there were no giants, there were no dragons, there were no this, and we came through apes. They kill people if they come up with the truth. They kill you. Now there arose a new king over Egypt, which they knew not, Joseph. And he said unto the people, behold, okay, now this is what the king is saying about us. In these last days that America is falling now. We are bigger and mightier than they. Let me finish this. He said unto his people, behold, the people, the children of Israel are more and mightier than we. What does he mean? The Israelites had outgrown the native Egyptians through population and growth. We can have some babies, let me tell you. Strong, healthy babies of any race. If there's a hospital that has a high black mortality of black women, let me tell you something. Don't go to that hospital. It's a lie. We are the strongest of the human being. We are the most powerful of the human being. We are bigger and stronger than any other race. God says, I love Joseph. He didn't love these other races. He didn't love these other people. We are bigger than the white man. We are bigger than the Mexican. We are bigger than the Indian. We are bigger than Indians with the dot on their head. We are bigger than the Puerto Ricans. We are bigger than anybody on earth and stronger. This is where this comes from. We are bigger and stronger than any man on earth. How do you know, not all the time, but how do you know an Israelite from Africans? Israelites can grow beards. Africans can't grow facial hair. Israelites can grow hair on their face. Africans can't grow hair on their faces. And their afros don't grow big. Africans can have super afros. I mean, Americans can, blacks can have super afro, the Israelite, but the Africans can't. God loves us more than the African. How do you tell the difference? Who's an African in Africa and who's the people of God? Because it's more than us here in America. The ones that's following Jesus Christ are the true Jews in Africa. The ones that's following Pan-African and ancestors and voodoo and all of that garbage are Africans. Go to Africa, and the ones that are following Jesus Christ, those are Israelites. The ones that say, Jesus, I love you, are Israelites. Those that go to your Christian churches are Israelites. They might not be the best, but they're Israelites. And the others are Pan-African. We are not them. We are not them. We are not Pan-Africans. We grow bigger than them and stronger than our brothers. But you know, we are Judah. We are Judah here in America. We are bigger and stronger than the whole world. We are bigger and stronger than the whole world. Look at our football players. Let me show you a picture here. This man talking to this these Japanese people. Look at that. Do you see why the Pharaoh was scared of us? See how much bigger and stronger and taller than we are? We look, listen, more the Israelites had outgrown the native Egyptians through populations. And mightier means they were perceived as stronger, hardier, and more capable of physical labor or of military combat. The Pharaoh was intimidated by the size and vitality of the foreign group of Israelites. We are the people. The 2819 church, he's going to lie like that. I used to like him because he does preach a good message. I'm not going to talk about my brother. But for him to come out and straight out and say that blacks are not the people of God is a lie. We are stronger, bigger, and mightier. Look at our football players. Bigger than any man in the world. We are the Israelites. And these Christian, he was raised up under a Christian church in Columbus, I think it was. Columbus, Cleveland, one of the two. I believe it was Columbus. Under a pastor, what was his name? Mark? I can't think of his name right now. But he was raised up I'm talking about the 2819 church. He's raised up under Christianity, theological school, preaching, false teachers of tithe. Oh, he's a good preacher. Don't get me wrong. I'd rather sit under him and listen to history, even though he said that we are not the children, because he preaches about stop sinning. No other preacher does that. No Christian preacher does that, but he does. I'm not trying to destroy any of my brothers. I'm just saying he had the audacity to get up there and say that we weren't the people of God. And that's a lie. Let me finish. Let me go do 9. And he said unto his people, behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we. Come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply and come to pass that when there falleth out any war, they join unto our enemies and fight against us. You see there? And fight against us. And so get them up out of the land. Therefore, they did set over them taskmasters. Did America set taskmasters over us? Every time you go get a permit, it's always white. When I was young, I had to go to the unemployment office to find a job. All the black people was in there sitting down waiting for a job, but all the people working were white. Like black people can't do the job. You only can look for a job. That's DEI. When you tell us we can't have a job and don't let us compete. When we compete, we beat. All of the commissioners that give you permits in the city councils and all of the big things, they'll put one Edomite black man up there. He's an Edomite. Remember, they came out of the same mother, same black mother, but one was light and one was dark. So there's dark Edomites and there's light Edomites. They'll put that one white talking Edomite black man up there who agree with everything they do, agree with European, these some European Americans, agree with everything they do. And you wanna open a store over here? We don't need those stores today. White man come in, I want to open a store. Okay, here's your permit. A white police officer lady was cussing out black people. She got fired. She started calling them niggers and everything. And she said, it's real easy for us to become cops. I mean, the test is like real easy. We just go in and just take a little test and almost just walk right into it. Now, for black people, Not for black people. My wife was the second in line to be a sheriff. She took the test. She whooped everybody. Second in line, second highest score. They hired the one white lady, but they didn't hire her. Oh, she just, you just made it just, what do you think we're in the position we're in today? We are not less than them. We are not less smart than them. We are stronger than them. We are better than them physically, not spiritually, physically. So what we have to do is we have to understand that we are not pieces of trash. We are good people, strong people. And they put the taskmasters over us in every position, voting, jobs, school. Every school I went to was only white teachers. Only white teachers. They're doing not the greatest, but they're doing better. But they're not doing good. It's still only white teachers to destroy the black race, the taskmasters. Let's read that again. Therefore, they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens. And they built for Pharaoh treasured cities, Pithom and Ramesses. See how much bigger we are? We're much bigger than every man on the face of the planet. Every one of them. Every last one of them. We're bigger than they are. We're stronger than they are. Let's go to John. Let's go to John. 1 John 2. Let's go to 1 John 2. First John 2, 21. 21 through 29. 1 John 2, 21 through 29. I have not written unto you because you know not the truth, but because you know it, and no one lie is the truth. And no lie is of the truth. Who is a liar? But he that denieth that Jesus is the Christ. Do you hear that? First of all, you got to tell the truth about everything. I thought the Israelites, they believed in the Bible. See, they're trying to look godly. They're trying to look saintly. They're trying to look like the old Israelites. They're trying to look like they know everything. I remember my father. He had to wear a suit everywhere. He had to wear a suit everywhere. My mother decided we were gonna go to the beach one day when we was kids. And my father come out of the room with a suit on because he was a preacher. He had to look godly everywhere he went. I gotta look godly. See, Jesus Christ comes from the inside out. You can't tack and slap on Jesus Christ. It has to come from the inside out. Anybody that look godly ain't godly. You gotta watch them. Anybody that tries to look like they're of God from the outside is not godly. Were you trying to say your father wasn't God? My father, when I was gonna die a couple times, I was in the hospital for a couple reasons, and it reoccurred twice on me. It was a sickness that reoccurred twice on me. He never came once. Why? Because like Joseph, I was my mother's favorite, and he was jealous of that. I didn't do anything to my father. I honored my father. Ain't nobody can tell you I did anything against my father. Nobody. I honored my father, even though I didn't really know he didn't like me, but he didn't. I worked with him. I was pretty much the only kid who when I got home from school, I had 3 jobs. I worked with him. He had 3 jobs, and I had to go with him to help. My job was to clean the ashtrays, clean the table, and empty the trash cans when I was a kid. And he went to 3 different buildings, and that lasted when he got off work at 4, and I got off school a little bit earlier than that, about 2, and then I had to take off with him until about 9. 3 buildings. I did that until I was well into my 14s, 15s, from 7 to 14. But I didn't know he hated me like that. And when I got married, and I with my beautiful wife, he says, "Get him out of here." That crushed me on the inside. And him not visiting me, and I was about to die. It crushed me. But he didn't really help me at all. Didn't want to lend me a dime, not even a quarter. But he gave the other kids some, but not me. I remember asking him a few times. But I loved him. He took care of me. He fed me. I got fat. So I didn't really hate him, but he hated me because I was mom's favorite. And as he said that, it crushed me because I didn't know what I did to him. But when I left out that house, they took the house over. They took the house, and he called me when he was about to die. When he was about to die, sickly. I didn't leave him sickly. He was strong, healthy, riding around. When he called me, he was sickly. A few years later, he was sickly and couldn't see and had old beat up old clothes on. Who cared? Nobody but me. If I was still in that town, that would never have happened. Never have happened. And he told me, he said, "I should have trusted you. I'm sorry. I should have trusted you. They've taken over my house. I'm sorry for what I've done to you." I love my father. I have no hate for him. I love him. But when you try to look godly, when people do you right, you don't do them wrong because other people are talking in your ear. They're doing you right, and because somebody else is putting them up over you, jealousy, envy. Didn't the Bible talk against all of that? He said, "I'm sorry. I should have put you over everything." Didn't Joseph's brother try to kill him? Didn't Joseph's brother try to kill him because the brothers was jealous of him? Because the father loved him the most? Quit trying to look godly from the outside in. You got to be godly from the inside out. No more of this outside godly, big nails, big hats, big jewelry, shoes. That fascinates women so much. That's why he says silly women. They want to be taken care of. When they see jewelry and big cars and big houses, they forget about God. That's why you can't look at people who holler bishop, pastor, elder from the outside in. You got to look at him from the inside out, how he treats people, his fruits. Okay, let's go to John, regular John. Let's go to John. Oops, passed it almost. John 4. Let's go to John 4. And I'm going to let you know something. I want to let you know something that these people, like I said, I don't want to. I'm not hating my brothers because they did a good job in letting us know who we are. They let me know who I am in Christ. But they're antichrist. God uses people. Like Herod Antipas. They said he speaks like a god. He was a talker, boy. He could speak like a god, but because he didn't give God the glory, God had him from the inside out be ate up by worms because he ate pig all the time. I saw this bear that eats salmon and stuff out of the thing, and big long strings of worms coming out of his tail. I know a woman love pig and all that stuff, and when she was sick, when she got up off the toilet, worms, big long worms, was coming out of her rear. She died, but big long worms. That's what pork. God said, "Don't eat pork. Don't eat it." God ain't changed his mind. These lying Christian pastors. God has not changed his mind on what's clean and what's unclean. He has not made anything that's unclean clean. He said, "Oh, don't let anybody talk to you about the meats you eat or nothing." He's talking about meat, clean meat. And God said, "Don't you make clean what I make. Don't you make unclean what I make clean." He didn't say make unclean clean. He said, "Don't you make anything unclean that I mean clean that I made clean, unclean that I made clean." These people are antichrists. These people are antichrists. Black Israelites are antichrist. I believe in the Bible. The Bible says do the Sabbath, and I do the Sabbath. I am not an SDA. SDAs are racist. They think everything black is horrible. They're racist, hidden racist. Everything black is horrible. Don't do that. It's black. Don't wave your hands. Don't wave your hand. Don't dance. Don't say hallelujah. Just sit there like a rock. And we're praising God. When God said, there's a difference between praise and worship. God said in praise, I want you to play on the cymbals. And then he said the high cymbals. That means loud. But worship is solemn and quiet. But these people are racist. The SDA are racist. Don't join that mess because they won't let you do anything. Okay, we're on the last verse here, John 4:24 through John 4:24 through 25. 24 and 25. Okay, God is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. Now, this is the lady at the well. Go read that story about the lady at the well. She was a Samaritan. Samaritans are like they're Jews. They're Jews. Don't get me wrong. Our brothers are Jews out there. Our Puerto Ricans, Mexicans, Indians, they're Jews. They're our brothers. Joseph. Remember the Joseph story. They're all Jews, but they went away. The Israelites have went away from Judah. They said we don't want any part of you anymore because of Solomon. We don't want any part of you. And they split. One went up, one stayed down. Now, how can you go through all those miracles of David and because you don't understand something, you're going to walk away from it? God let them walk away into nothing. Now they're separated from Judah. We are Judah. We are Judah. They're separated from Judah. The Mexicans, the Puerto Ricans, Catholics, the Indians, across the sea Indians, all of these people, the white people, money, power, position, greed. I want mine. Remember Bugs Bunny cartoon? He went in there and found all this gold. Now that was Daffy Duck. He was running around, mine. That's white people. Not all. That's your white nationalists, I should say. Mine, all mine. Okay, 24. Let me end this. I don't want it to go too long. Let's do 24 again. God is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. This is the woman at the well, remember? They didn't want her talking to them. You don't talk to that Samaritan woman because she worshipped Catholic. She worshipped Harry Christian. She worshipped money. She worshipped earth, wind, and fire. She worshipped all of these different things. She's part of all of that. The Israelites that went away from Judah, went away from King Solomon. God is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. The woman said unto him, I know that Messiah's coming, which is called Christ. Now she's talking about, I know Christ. She's talking about Christ, right? Okay. And when he is come, he tells us all things. She's saying when he comes, he'll tell us all things. And what did Jesus say unto her? I that speak unto thee am he. I am God. He just told you right there that I am God. Let's hear what they say. Let's hear what they have to say about all of this. Let's see what they have to say about all of this. You know, anybody deny the Father and the Son? Geno Jennings, Jesus only, he's going to hell if he don't change that. And all the people with him, if they believe, if the Bible said if you don't believe in the Father and the Son, you're Antichrist and you're going to hell. Listen to this.
Logic for coming out here, setting up. I want to thank all the people that came out here. This is a good opportunity for us to have a public discussion on the subject of Jesus is God. Make no mistake about it, Jesus is not God. And even in terms where people are called gods, it's in no reference or at any time of being the Most High God. You have a God, you have a Son. And if the Son has a God, then he can't be God. So I hope we're not going to get into...
He just said there's no reference as to him saying he's God. Didn't I just read it where he says, I am he? He's a liar. That's why he's Antichrist. He's a liar. Black Israelites do not join them. They're liars. They're Antichrist. They don't believe in Jesus at all. God, if you don't believe in look it up. You don't believe in the Father and the Son. You're Antichrist. You have no part with Jesus. He just said there's nothing in the Bible that says he's God. He just said he's God. I just read it to you.
Semantics of the word God, and just to stick right to the subject of is Jesus God as Christians teach it, believing that he is God. So we'll use Christ's words, we'll use the scriptures. I'm looking forward to having a healthy debate on the subject. And I mainly deal with scriptures. I'm not an eisegesis, exegete, whichever word those are, whichever one of those words are. Yeah. I also don't talk when people talking. I like to point that
mean
out.
People.
His intro.
Mean spirits.
When I'm talking, I mean, it's a skill, it's a gift. So I don't do none of that, but we will be pointing out through the Bible. If you pull out anything outside of the Bible, we would have to say that they're not following the Bible, because the Bible has to be our foundation. The scriptures say that
watch people that talking about they follow the Bible, but they don't follow the Bible.
Him as being God, as the Most High God. Then I wouldn't take that term. I'd rather believe what Christ said, and Christ said he's the Son of God. So that's my position, and I'm ready to rock and roll.
Okay. I told you. That's what they say. That he's the Son of God. He's not the Son of God. Antichrist, get out of those places. Don't even really go over there to talk to them. They're so smart they can twist you around. Unless you got a strong Bible knowledge, not a Christian Bible knowledge, a strong Bible knowledge. That's not the master's way. The whole Bible. Not a part of the Bible, not just Samson and Moses. The whole Bible. God bless you. I love you.